Welcome to Anime vs. the World, where we force people of the anime community to come onto the show and force them to answer questions against their will. Our victim this episode is a man who has done voices for some of the biggest abridged series on the internet. He's English, and he might be a brony, but he's not telling us. It's MasakoX, everybody.
You promised me there'd be Muppets.
I lied. Well, you're here now, so you'll have to answer my questions.
Well, alright, I suppose.
Okay, Masako, welcome to the show.
Welcome, thank you very much, James. Good to be here.
So, we're going to get right into the questions. Feel free to answer them. You don't really have a choice, though, seeing as you're being forced here against your own will. So...
Well, since you put it that way, alright.
Okay, so, first off, the name MasakoX, how did that come about?
Well, quite simple, really. It's basically me being a fanboy about the Japanese Goku voice, Masako Nozawa.
Ah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. It's her first name, and it was all down to the fact when I first watched the DBZ movies about 10 years ago, and I loved her voice, and it was just so iconic and unique to something I'd never heard before, so I just picked that up and I used that as my moniker online for the longest time, and I still do. And as for the X, that was just because Masako was taken on AIM, because I used to use AIM back in the day. So
right.
So I couldn't just use Masako, so X had to do it, and actually that's turned out to be pretty fortuitous.
So it wasn't just you added the X out of randomness.
It was out of randomness.
Oh.
It's just right out of randomness, but I wouldn't have necessarily come up with it for X to begin with.
Oh, okay. How did you get involved with TeamFourStar and end up getting the role of Goku, Gohan, and Master Roshi?
Well, Kaiser Neko was originally scouting people for the project. Me, Lanny, and another person was doing. We were doing the DBZ movies at the time, pitching those.
Yeah.
And originally Kaiser wanted to do DBZ Abridged because he originally did Lupin the Third Abridged, which I have to admit is absolutely fantastic. It's such a shame it's not around anymore, but down the counterclaims and whatnot.
Yep, we've all been there.
He was wanting to do DBZ Abridged, and he was talking to Taka, and he got a bit anxious about will they be able to pull it off, but Taka in his own endearing manner managed to persuade him to do it, and he got Kaiser to talk to me and Lanny and Vegeta, 3986, to be part of the show, and I'll never say no to a chance of playing Goku, so I took the challenge up, and I just continued with my voices that I did for the movies as Goku, Gohan, and Roshi, and that's pretty much it. He didn't need to persuade me or anything, so I gladly did it.
So, who decided on the voice of Goku?
Well, I think really it was from how they said they just really couldn't pick anyone else to do the voice of the Goku. But in terms of me coming up with the voice in the first place, it's actually a mash of loads of different ones.
Yeah.
But primarily, it's not of. Most people would think that it'd be Sean Schemmel, but it's not. It's a mixture of Ian Collette, Peter Kalimis, and Masako Nozawa. Masako Nozawa's kind of innocent, childlike qualities. Peter Kalimis' kind of desire to be kind of really upping in the R's and very, very kind of intonating and very. You move a lot with the Goku.
Yeah.
Doing his Goku, screaming out the attack. And then of course Ian Collette was the original Goku, the English Goku, the first one.
Ocean
So it's a mixture of 3 different Goku, and there have been loads over the time.
I know, obviously, that Masako Nozawa is huge inspiration, but with Sean Schemmel, do you take any inspiration from his work as Goku?
Oh yeah, of course. That's a powerhouse when it comes to screaming.
Yeah.
Foley, an ability to carry off the Foley. I
Oh, cool. I did not know he was a French horn player.
Yeah, he knows how to play the French horn.
Huh. Okay, how did you personally get into voice acting to begin with?
Well, it's the usual story, really. I'd always liked doing funny voices when I was a kid, and you know, I found that was fairly decent. So I was wondering if there was somewhere on the internet, that would have places for voice acting online. But what was I thinking? Of course there would be. It's the internet. But no, I was watching a web series called Bonus Stage at the time, and it was like Matt Wilson. It was on the animated diversions boards, and he changed all the characters' voices to be voiced by a proper girl, and it was the voice actress now known as Kira Buckland.
Ah.
She's known as Rena-chan online.
Yep.
So I got in touch with her asking for some inspiration and sent us voice samples, and they were terrible. My own admission now.
Yeah.
And, but she listened to it and pointed me towards the Voice Acting Alliance, and from there, it just, the rest is history. And I owe everything to her. I keep saying it in all the interviews I do. I owe everything to Kira Buckland, Rita-chan. I mean, I thank her every day.
I don't suppose you have the original samples, do you?
I'm afraid I didn't. I was actually looking for them at a panel that I was doing at Anime Con in Finland about a month ago.
Yeah.
I thought I had them, but sadly I didn't.
Dang it. Oh, well, moving on. So, how did Rosario plus Vampire Abridged come about?
Yes. Well, it was after I finalized the second Naruto movie, the abridged, second abridged movie, and I was just thinking, initially I was just thinking, okay, I'm done with abridging my own stuff. So it's like, I was thinking, Kemper was already done. I didn't want to do the second season. It was like, thinking, what could I do? But then I thought, I thought I'd concentrate on my webcomic series, Project Chikoku, which is on Facebook, and Comic Fury and Smack Jeeves. I'm working with Mr. Ordinary, fantastic artist, and search Project Chikoku, Jikoku on Facebook, and you'll find it. It's a really nice series we do.
May I just pause you there for a second? To all the people that are watching this, links to everything we've been discussing so far in the interview are in the description below, so please check those out.
Many thanks.
Yeah.
So, I thought I would be consuming a lot of time into that for writing it, but thankfully I was able to do it pretty quickly, so I thought, how about, let's do another abridged series, one more at least. And I put it out to the vote on my Facebook page, the MasakoX fan page, and I put it to the vote to see what people would want me to do, whether to continue Naruto, even though I wouldn't have done it anyway, because really, to be honest, that's done. Kemper, I wouldn't have done that, really, because, even Taka says, don't bother with season 2, and if Taka says that, it's kind of that saying something. And then, of course, there were, other shows, like the Desco, Big O, or something like that. But then Rosario plus Vampire came out on top with 100 votes, and the closest was 70. So it won by quite a big amount, and I was quite happy about that, because it's just like Kemper, and I loved writing for Kemper, only it's more supernatural and PG-13, but it still has those overtones that I like from Kemper.
Yeah.
So that's going to be brilliant. But then I thought, I don't want to write this alone. So I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, that Shady Box and X the Dark One do. And me and X, we're ex-brothers pretty much, we're really close friends. And, figurative net brothers. So I just thought, and he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. He's a fantastic writer and one of the funniest guys I know. So I just thought, let's get him in. I really want to work with him, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity. So we sat down. He came down to see his girlfriend, Lady Nanaki, who also voices in the show, helped write his first episode, and we just wrote that in a couple of hours, which is almost around the same time it takes him and Shadybox to write an episode of GX, which was quite heartening. So yeah, that's how it came about. It was essentially fan requested.
So about the TeamFourStar fan art contest, how's that been going so far?
Well, we've Kaiser's taken up Tumblr lately, and TeamFourStar has a Tumblr of its own, and we were actually not quite sure, as in Kaiser and Taka, they weren't too sure how to announce the winners or the special mentions. So then we thought, and Kaiser thought, hang on, I use Tumblr. We did a fan art contest using images and video. Post it on Tumblr every day. Every day on Tumblr, a winner is announced and then showcased. It's perfect, and it makes it last for weeks or at least days. And it's also a really good example to show the actual article, the actual image, so if people like it, they can get it. So lately on the Tumblr page, we've up to third place winner number 11.
Oh man. Do you know who's in first and second place?
No, actually, that's been kept secret even to me. So yeah.
So who does know?
Parker and Lanny, because they're the big guy, TeamFourStar, so they know.
Okay, so aside from voice acting in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, do you do anything else? Like, do you help with the script writing, editing, or anything like that?
No, I don't really. But that's just because I've time zones on the main. And when I'm awake, they're just about to go to sleep, or they're asleep. So. It's only around this time of day where I can actually catch them and talk to them, even just to be sociable.
So it's just they hand you the script and you just do the voices for it?
No. Me and Kaiser, we schedule a time to record. And he directs me over Skype. So that means he gets
okay. Okay, this next question, I don't know whether you should answer this or not. Are you a brony?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's all I wanted to ask on that situation. So, I think we've basically reached the halfway mark, and what we normally like to do here is sort of a game show type thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test your knowledge of other voice actors on the internet. Some you may have heard of, others you might not. I don't actually know. So, there's only 4, and we can start this when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here's the first one.
Good evening, my name's Richard Farkas. Welcome to Gamer Tonight.
Ego Raptor.
Very good. Okay, that's 5 points. Okay, this is the second one.
The Rectors have entered the bygone territory and destroyed thousands of our men. We will not be defeated. Hail to the king!
Pass.
That was actually Takahara 101.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, man. I actually expected you to get that one.
But the thing is, I've rarely heard that variation of the voice, because most of the time I've heard Taka is whether he's doing really high or whether he's doing hard.
Well, I think there's...
Because I got for you a brand new Chevrolet!
Excuse me, Mr. Hendricks. I'm Melvin, your new paperboy. And if there's anything else I can do for you, I'd be happy to help. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Taka, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next voice.
Wait a minute. How are you talking again?
Any idea?
Zelda, that's Casey Mondulo. That's from Brawl Taunts.
Yep.
That's Rina-chan and Zidane.
Well, I was only going with Zelda on that one, but bonus points. Okay.
As Zelda, and that was Casey Modulo as Zelda.
Okay. Right. And here's the final one.
Hey man, let's go see what the cogs are doing. Yeah, alright. Sounds like you're
Tomomoto?
Son of a... Ah, crap. You've actually demolished the competition now.
Was I right?
Yep, you were right. Congratulations, Masako. You are tied for first place with the quickest time and most amount of points.
Oh wow, who am I tied with?
Eddie Bowley.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're tied with him in first place because you've both managed to actually demolish the competition.
Neat.
Okay, getting back to the questions now. How do you feel about alternate reality Dragon Ball Z?
That's a bit of a hot potato there, because at the time I did, but then as I kind of grew up, I kind of realized it was a little bit incoherent, and because it was a lot like Naruto Abridged at the time, but then Naruto Abridged, the series that got me into abridging, I worked on, with Vegeta 3986.
Yeah.
That was kind of thing, but then ultimately my sense of comedy just changed, and my attitude towards alternate reality Dragon Ball Z changed a lot. And really, following Gozar on Twitter, I just realized he's just not that nice. And then something blew up when he likened listening to my Goku as trying to passing a kidney stone.
Ouch.
Yeah, because some people, even though I think it's not right, but people like my Goku more than the actual dub, and I think, guys, come on, I'm just a guy. But the way he described it was like, like passing a kidney stone. I just went, that wasn't very nice.
Bloody hell.
And then people really got on his case, and then people called him the most vile anime fan ever, and he kind of stuck with it. So my opinion of it just went a bit like, dear, that's not good.
Bloody hell. When I first interviewed him, what he told me was that he was actually fine with you. It was just, wow.
Well, this is the thing that, the thing was, is that this was just something that I saw. I mean, I don't hate the guy at all, because, he's gone on to do really, be quite successful with his, podcast about Lupin the Third. He really knows all about it. So, I respect his knowledge and everything, but it's just the way he kind of carried himself off during that debacle. It just didn't settle well with me, so I was a little bit perturbed by it.
Well, what I actually heard from him, from when I was talking to him about this touchy subject, was that he asked whether he could do a voice on Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and basically, I don't know who it was, but it was like, yeah, sure, and then there was, nothing, so...
No, I can't really comment on that one.
Okay, so, I don't know whether you're allowed to say, but are you recording Season 3 of Dragon Ball Z Abridged at the moment?
Not yet.
Okay.
The guys, Kaiser, Lanny, and Taka, they're just off to Manifest in Australia convention, and they're just off there. And they'll hopefully be previewing the thing that we have been recording for. We're recording for the next DBZ Abridged movie.
Right. Which one's that?
Cooler.
Right.
So, I put in my lines for that a few days ago. And
Right.
I think it's going to be really good.
Oh, good. Okay. How did you end up singing Princess of China with Christina?
You've really done your research, so again, song in sight. I'm impressed. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No, nothing.
Oh.
You're saying it's not an REM song in sight. So, no, the Princess of China thing came along because I love that song.
Yeah.
It's my favourite songs that Coldplay do, even though it has Rihanna in it, and I'm not really a fan of Rihanna. For her personality, kind of objectifying herself, but that's besides the point. The fact is, I love that song, and I've been wanting to do a song with Christina V. I've been friends with her for the ages, and back at the Voice Acting Alliance, we worked together quite a lot. And thought, this is something I really want to work with her, and I'd loved her bits for it, and I was working on it while I was in America, and I uploaded it during my time at Otakon, and yeah, she was really, she when she wanted to like do some corrections, she was actively saying, no, I don't quite like this bit, you know, I want to actually, you know, do this, yeah, I want to do it again, so, yeah, so it came out great, and I loved recording for it.
Ah, so you've known her for a while?
Yeah, about nearly 7 years.
Wow. So, with TeamFourStar, do you guys hang out or anything? Do you guys, like, interact with each other outside of it, or...?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's the first thing, first and foremost. We are friends.
Oh, good.
We are good friends, and we get on well. I mean, the thing that made that solid
Yeah.
was when we first met each other in real life at the Yomicon 2009.
Yeah.
Each other, and you know, it was just we knew that we would be friends for life. So
Okay.
and we play games, we talk, and we generally have a really nice time. Yeah, we really get on.
Do you have any future plans? I mean, not just Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but any other plans aside from that? Any other music videos or stuff like that?
Well, really, it'd be just now continuing on with Project Jikoku,
Yeah.
Zarya plus Vampire Abridged,
Mm.
my eating work plus ideas profession,
Yeah.
or DBZ Abridged. Pretty much keep myself busy, that's for sure.
How long do you plan to do Dragon Ball Z Abridged for?
As long as we can.
Okay. So, you probably won't go into GT then.
Well, who knows?
What's your personal opinion on GT?
I don't mind GT, actually.
Really?
I don't mind it at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought the music was really good. I mean, that Kokoro Hikareteku, I mean, it's a really good song.
Yeah.
There are moments, I like Super Saiyan 4. I like some aspects of it, but there were, but most of it was laughable.
Mm.
Kinda, yeah, you kind of really gotta, you know, accept that there are some good bits and then there are some bad bits.
Yeah.
And also for the fact that I am a bit sad that they made Goku into a kid just to keep him in it.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a list here of people on the internet, and I want you to tell me whether you've heard of them or not. So, if you're ready. Egoraptor.
Of course.
Happy Harry.
Yeah, I did a film shoot with him. He's a nice guy.
Really? Oh, good. Rubber Ninja.
Yeah.
Okay. Rental Floss.
I actually hosted a quiz with him at a gaming convention in London back in December.
How'd that go?
Really well. He was really game for it.
Nice. Smosh.
Yes.
Okay. Ray William Johnson.
No.
Oh, that's the most subscribed guy on YouTube.
Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's the most subscribed guy on YouTube. Oh, God. Oh, that's brilliant. Hot Diggity Demon.
Yep. Good animator.
Yeah, especially his Wacky Game Jokes for Kids series. That was quite good. Jontron.
Yeah, of course. He's a great guy. Funny. He's a bit of a powerhouse. Yeah.
Oh.
Great stuff.
Larry Bundy Jr. Or Guru Larry.
Of course. Yeah. Again, film shoot.
Oh.
Nice.
Let's see, oh, damn it. And finally, oh, I hate this guy. Tiger J15.
Who?
I know, right? He keeps sneaking his way into my list. Honestly. Anyway, next question. question. Well, you've managed to demolish my quiz and my question, so we are at the end of the interview. I've been your host, Tiger J15, and next time on Everything vs. the World, we're going to interview the guru of gaming himself. It is Larry Bundy Jr., aka Guru Larry. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Catch you later.